Today, I'm going to be showing you how to make this cutting board. You can do this with any cutting board. I like this one because of the handle. So we're going to go ahead and trace this on our board that we're going to cut. We're going to get to work. I already went ahead and traced it onto this board that I'm about to cut. You want to make sure you use a sharp pencil so you get a good clear line. So I went ahead and cut this on the miter saw. You can see I'm going to be duplicating so I can do that process right again because it's already traced out. Now you can cut this handle out with a bandsaw or a jigsaw. I prefer to use a bandsaw because it makes quick work of it. Also, when you're using a bandsaw, you want to make sure you want to make some relief cuts so that your saw blade doesn't get bound up when you're going around the corners. Now that you have your rough shape out, you want to go ahead and sand to your lines to get that nice curved radius. I'm going to use this rigid sander, but you can go ahead and use sandpaper by hand, or you can use an orbital sander to clean it up and get to your lines. Now, a different way to do this is to make a template out of some kind of material. I usually use MDF, and that makes it really easy because you can just tape that on or glue it on, use a router, and it makes really quick work of it. It makes it really easy to duplicate. After all that's said and done, I still like to come back with a hand sander. It's easier to say things by eye, and you have less of a chance of screwing up and having to start over, which you don't want to do. You'll be left with some hard lines, as you can see. What I like to do is use a router and put an 1/8 inch round on all of the edges so it's not hurting or cutting your hands. But you could also use your hand sander, do the same thing, just sand the edges so that they're soft. So after rounding over all of your edges, we're going to go ahead and add this loophole into the cutting board so that you can hang it up. Now to go ahead and cut that hole, I'm going to use a Forstner bit and a drill press, but you can also do this with a hand drill and a Forstner bit or a regular drill bit. Only thing you want to make sure of is that you have a board underneath because this will prevent chip out on the opposite side. Now that all your work's pretty much done, you got your hole cut, all the edges rounded over, you want to go ahead and start with 100 grit sandpaper and work all the way up to 180. Now if your board's looking a little rougher than this, you probably want to start with 80 or something lower than that. Now when you're sanding, you want to wear a mask because sawdust is no fun.